They sick of this Unapologetically Angel podcast. Now, the numbers from the podcast shows that fans are sick of it. Once again, I can't make this up. I'm showing y'all right now. She might need to get Casanat to come on to say this.
Angel Reese's latest podcast decision has left her listeners disappointed, primarily due to her choice of guest. Yeah, I think a lot of people were like, who cares about these people?
2 months ago, Angel Reese could sneeze and spark a headline. Today, her podcast can't crack a school bus headcount. How did the most polarizing rookie in women's hoops go from viral queen to a ghost on her own channel in a single click? And what does Caitlin Clark have to do with her downfall? Stick around, because the numbers you're about to hear will make your jaw hit the hardwood.
Angel Reese's latest podcast decision has left her listeners disappointed, primarily due to her choice of guest. Yeah, I think a lot of people were like, who cares about these people? Honestly.
When Reese first strutted onto the podcast scene last August, everything looked perfect. Shaq himself stamped the project, Playmaker HQ rolled out red carpet production, and the Unapologetically Angel set looked like a mini ESPN studio dipped in magenta LED. The debut episode landed hard. Behind-the-scenes NCAA stories, raw lessons on NIL, and the sort of trash talk angle only the Bayou Barbie could sling without blinking.
From hosting fellow athletes like Dejanay Carrington, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and basketball legend Lisa Leslie, to musicians like Sexy Red, Glorilla, and more, the Sky Forward received positive feedback from listeners and viewers. However, the most recent episode...
Comments flooded in. Finally, a Hoopers podcast that doesn't sound like cardboard. And the subscriber counter spun like a slot machine. But momentum is fragile. By week 4, listeners noticed a subtle creep. Basketball chatter started sharing airtime with brand shoutouts, then influencer gossip. Then came March 27th. Reese teased a can't-miss sit-down with Jada Cheeves and Des Dior. Fans expected crossover gold, successful entrepreneurs, maybe a slice of women in sports business wisdom. Instead, they got an hour of velvet-roped Manhattan clubs, Birkin bag wish lists, cue the record scratch. Core listeners, die-hard hoop heads who memorized Reese's double-double streak, felt like they'd wandered into a completely different universe.
Reese's podcast featured reality stars Jada Cheeves and Des Doria? I don't know. I don't even care. Who discussed their experiences on season 1 of BET's The Impact Atlanta, as well as their candid views on online criticism, dating, and career.
You could almost hear laptops snapping shut when the conversation drifted to which private jet interior looks cutest on Reels, and then the metrics slapped reality across the face. The very next drop crawled to 66 plays in its first 24 hours. 66. That's fewer eyeballs than Reese has career double-doubles. Overnight, retention graphs cratered like a blocked layup. The once spiky watch time line now resembled a flatliner in a medical drama. Yet the real explosion wasn't hidden in YouTube studio dashboards. It was in the comments. One viewer wrote, "I came for defensive breakdowns, not $ dating." Another, "This is love and hip-hop with better lighting." The anger wasn't about entertainment value. It was betrayal. Fans felt dismissed, and they said so loudly. Reese could have pivoted. A quick apology, a promise to refocus, maybe a bonus episode with a teammate to prove she'd heard the critique. That's how most brands grab the fire extinguisher. Instead, she lit a match.
Their quote issue regarding relationships. As for Reese, she mentioned men's insecurities when it comes to women earning a higher income than their partners. Is that still a thing? That still bothers people? Okay. Quote, "A lot of men don't also like women." My God, the grammar. What the bleep? A lot of men don't also like women that got their own.
Out of nowhere, a forward X post appeared. STFU or don't watch. No filter, no asterisks. In one swipe, Reese told the same people who bought her jerseys, and chanted her name in Dallas last season to pipe down reasons. Memes popped up in minutes. The STFU starter pack. The viewers? Never heard of them. T-shirt mock-ups. Even a split screen of Reese's tweet beside Clark calmly drilling logo threes. That's where Caitlin Clark slips into the storyline. While Reese's view counter froze, Clark's off-season workout clip detonated across Instagram. 25 straight trays, effortless grin, humble caption, gym rat things. The contrast was brutal. One athlete delivered pure basketball dopamine. The other looked busy auditioning for reality TV purgatory. Viewers drew their own conclusions, and the algorithm happily amplified the debate. Sponsors don't love debates that revolve around phrases like alienating your own audience. Within days, rumor mills buzzed about canceled activations and sudden calendar conflicts.
Following the interview, fans expressed their dismay over the responses they gave about money and relationships, feeling it overshadowed other important topics. Quote, "They said a lot of nothing." The responses are dumb.
Even Shaq felt the heat when an old clip resurfaced of him, remarking how Reese would look dunking in little shorts. Fodder for critics who claimed the entire venture prioritized spectacle over substance. Behind closed doors, Playmaker executives reportedly huddled over emergency rebranding decks while Reese doubled down, tweeting cryptic lines like, "Hating pays too." The harder she swung, but here's the twist. This saga isn't just a celebrity misstep, it's a cheat sheet on modern attention. In a world where every scroll serves infinitely more content, authenticity is the only real moat. Angel Reese didn't lose because she tried something new. She lost because she forgot why people pressed subscribe in the first place. Raw hoops insight from a player who refuses to bite her tongue. Fans are forgiving, but only when they feel respected. The moment they sense contempt, they vanished, and YouTube's recommendation engine sealed the door behind them. No six-figure production budget can outshout that silent exit. So where does the Bayou Barbie go from here? Behind the curtain, the playbook is obvious. Own the mistake, reconnect with basketball, invite genuine guests who push the game forward, and, above all, talk less, listen more. Drop a 10-minute Mea Culpa episode featuring a teammate breaking down the Sky's training camp. Deglamorize the set, ditch the velvet couch, film courtside with squeaking sneakers in the background. Show people the grind again, remind them why they believed. Will she? That's the cliffhanger, because as Reese deliberates, Clark keeps stacking viral highlights, and every silent day widens the gap. The algorithm. Angel's freefall is more than a sports story. It's a masterclass in how a single swipe can torch a brand, and how humility might still rebuild it. So ask yourself, if your audience vanished tomorrow, would you know how to win them back? Drop your thoughts below, smash that bell so you never miss the next plot twist. And remember, the moment you stop listening is the moment they stop watching.